The drama surrounding Caitlin Clark's return did not need theatrics or manufactured hype to feel real. It unfolded naturally, moment by moment, inside that gym, under the weight of expectation that only truly generational players ever carry. When Sue Bird said Clark was fully healthy, it was not framed as optimism or encouragement. It sounded like a statement of fact. And when Clark finally stepped onto that floor, every lingering doubt from the past year was waiting to be confronted head-on. This was not a normal comeback. It was not a feel-good rehab story packaged for cameras. This was a player who had spent months trapped inside her own body, sidelined while the league moved forward without her. 13 games in an entire season is not just a setback, it is psychological warfare for someone wired the way Clark is. She had gone from rewriting record books to watching from the bench as injuries stacked up, one after another, robbing her of rhythm, momentum, and the simple joy of competing. Left quad, left groin, right groin, left ankle. Each entry on that injury list chipped away at the narrative people once took for granted. And while the noise grew louder outside, Clark went quiet. No theatrics. No public frustration. No dramatic statements about injustice or mistreatment. She went to work in places no one was filming. Rehab rooms. Empty gyms. Late nights where progress is measured in inches, not highlights. That silence became a breeding ground for speculation. Questions crept in. Was this the wear and tear catching up? Was her body breaking down under the pressure of carrying franchises, ratings, and expectations? Had the league finally adjusted to her game? Then she sat down in front of the cameras before camp and answered the only way she ever does. Direct, honest, controlled, fully healthy, but still needing conditioning. That balance matters. She showed confidence without denial, awareness without weakness. That is the mindset of someone who understands both where they are and where they are headed. And when she said the moment she touched the ball was when everything settled, it revealed something deeper. For players like Clark, the game is not something they do. It is something they are. Muscle memory is not just physical. It is emotional. It is identity snapping back into place. What followed on the court felt inevitable in hindsight. The early possessions were deliberate. Safe passes. Solid positioning. A sense of patience that suggested she was reading the room as much as the defense. Doubt hovered in the air because doubt always does when greatness returns from absence. Then came the moment that changed everything. 2 dribbles from near half court. The logo. The same range that once felt impossible until she made it routine. No pause. No second guessing. The release was pure, the rotation unmistakable, and the sound of the net snapping erased months of questions in a heartbeat. That shot did not just go in. It landed. It landed on every skeptic, every whisper, every quiet narrative built while she was sidelined. The gym reacted instantly because everyone there understood what it meant. Not symbolically, practically. The shot said her timing was back. Her confidence was back. Her willingness to take responsibility was back. That kind of shot does not come from someone easing their way into form. It comes from someone who never left mentally. From there, the practice belonged to her. The passes came sharper. The reads came faster. Defensive rotations tightened. Her presence elevated the tempo without forcing it. Teammates moved with more purpose because leaders changed the environment just by existing within it. Even the missed shots carried intent. She did not shrink. She corrected. She pushed. That edge that made her rookie season appointment viewing had not faded. It had been sharpened by frustration. The coaches saw it immediately. Sue Bird did not need to say anything because her expression said enough. Legends recognize when someone belongs in that space. Cheryl Reeves saw something else too. Not just shot-making but command. Clark did not demand leadership. She assumed it naturally. She communicated. She connected. She understood spacing, timing, and how to make others better without dominating every possession. That is why the decision to elevate her into the starting lineup was not reckless or premature. It was earned. Experience matters, but impact matters more. And Clark's impact was undeniable. She had not just returned physically. She had returned with perspective. The months spent injured had taught her patience, empathy, and the value of presence even when you cannot contribute on the floor. Those lessons showed up in how she moved during camp, how she supported others, how she stayed engaged. The contrast with others became unavoidable. Angel Reese made the team, which is an achievement in itself. But when roles were defined, discomfort followed. Bench roles test maturity. They test whether a player understands that international competition is not about branding or entitlement. It is about fit, contribution, and sacrifice. Clark accepted responsibility without expectation. Reese appeared to struggle with acceptance without prominence. That difference matters. Team USA is not built around individual validation. It is built around chemistry and execution. Players earn trust through performance and attitude, not reputation. Clark embodied that. Reese, by comparison, seemed unsettled by not being centered. That tension did not go unnoticed. Coaches value reliability, not resistance. This moment crystallized why Clark was ready for this stage in a way few players her age ever are. She did not demand a starting role. She earned it by making everyone around her better. She did not complain about past slights. She focused on what was in front of her. That mindset is why she now sits at the center of Team USA's future. And when the lineup was announced, it felt less like a gamble and more like confirmation. Clark at point guard was not about hype. It was about control, vision, pace, the ability to guide a team through pressure moments without forcing the issue. She represents stability in a program transitioning toward a new era. This comeback was never just about health. It was about leadership. About proving that adversity did not soften her edge, but refined it. About showing that greatness is not defined by uninterrupted ascent, but by how you respond when the climb is taken away from you. That Logo 3 will be remembered not because it was deep, but because it was definitive. It announced a return in the language she speaks best. Basketball. No explanations needed. So now the conversation shifts. What does this mean for the next Olympic cycle? What does it mean for players who expected roles to be handed to them rather than earned? And what does it say about the kind of leader women's basketball is building its future around? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Does Caitlin Clark's response to adversity separate her from everyone else in her generation? And how should Team USA handle players who struggle to embrace their role? If you want more deep breakdowns like this as the road to 2026 and 2028 unfolds, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss what happens next. This story is only getting started.